What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of NLL Flash. My name is Tino Fera, and we are rolling again with some more season previews. But before we get there, as always, let's say hello to our guest for this evening, Miss Sarah Griffin. And Sarah, we're coming fresh off of a night where your Boston Bruins just bullied my Canucks. So please answer first. What's it like to support a successful hockey team?
It's absolutely incredible, and I'm riding the high right now.
I could not be more jealous. It hurts me inside. But let's talk about some lacrosse so I don't get too sad about it. We are here to talk about the New York Riptide. And as we've been asking everybody, Sarah, what has been their biggest off-season move?
I'd say the biggest for the Riptide has been adding Riley O'Connor to that group on the left side, which sounds kind of crazy that anyone could provide a boost to what was already a group that led the league in scoring last year. But we saw McCardle playing a lot of transition for New York last year, but now this trade is going to give O'Connor, who's a consistent high point producer, a clear role on the left side for this offense, which also means we'll be seeing a two-man game with him and Jeff Teat, which is just pretty unfair.
Yeah, you talk a lot about their offense there, and I think, a lot of people slept on their offense last year, and I think a lot of people are equally as excited to see what they can draw up this year. But going back to last year, how do you think they can improve on what they accomplished?
I think the Riptide are prompted to make what could be a deep playoff run if their defense works out those kinks that we saw early on. They did add Kevin Burnell to their back end, which should definitely help balance out that group and also give them more veteran presence back there because it is a pretty young defensive unit. But I feel like we saw a huge jump in the team's performance from the inaugural season 2022. And yeah, there's certainly a couple names on that offense that you can say played a role in that. But the expectations are even higher now. And I feel like last season we saw as the team as a whole just kind of got better at each week, learning from their mistakes. And I feel like that defense in particular kind of just had a lot of those like silly little mistakes. You did have a rookie goaltender and Steven Orleman, but he was put on one of the best rookie goaltender seasons ever. And so I think if they can just continue to build from last season, which it almost kind of sounds like, if they just pick up right where they left off last year, then they'll be good, which is redundant. It kind of sounds like they need a hot start. But I don't think by any means they need to have this perfect defense. You have an offense that's always going to give you an opportunity to win. It's just those silly mistakes we saw last year that they need to build on and improve.
So we mentioned, first of all, I can't even believe you've hardly mentioned Jeff Teat so far in this episode. But we talked about last episode some of the future odds that CoolBet put out, and New York has jumped up, into the middle of the pack. They're at currently plus 1,200 to win the NLL championship. Is there anything about that shocks you? Are you buying at that price? What do you think?
I mean, I'm not a betting woman, but I feel like at plus 1,200 for a team with an offense led by Jeff Teat, that's just the value you can't pass up on.
There's the Jeff Teat preference we were waiting for. All right, Sarah. Well, thank you. Of course you had to. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That's another episode of NLL Flash for Sarah Griffin and myself, Tino Fera. We'll see you next time.